Coming live from Merida, Mexico, this is Amputee Adventures. 3, 2, 1. Buenos dias, everybody. Today is June 2nd, Thursday. It has been, it's ugly outside. It rained yesterday, pretty much all day or evening, and then all night drizzled, and today it's only going to be a high of like 83, something like that, and thunderstorms all day. It is damp, so not going outside. But there was, I wanted to update you on what's going on with the VA in my thumb. This is the thumb. It is, halfway to the fingertip. The white stuff is the zinc oxide. I've been fighting with it, but it is called halfway to the thumb, all the way to the middle knuckle, and then down to the finger pad. And it is starting to turn black and blue. Like I said, I've been fighting this thing for 6 months, trying to get it taken care of. And I went to different VAs, and I saw this article that came out yesterday. Or, no, day before yesterday. Came out Tuesday. I guess the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs of the Inspector General's office said that in its investigation released, I think this was on Tuesday, that nurses and other hospital staff failed to provide care to an unidentified veteran in the summer of 2022. After an ambulance crew brought him to the emergency department in a coma. Now, so here's the story. It was a 60-year-old man was having a heart attack. A neighbor called the ambulance, and the ambulance transported him to the emergency department of Malcolm Randall Veterans Affairs Medical Center in Gainsville, Florida. Now, prior to this, in the spring, earlier that year, like 3-4 months prior, he had been seen at the Veterans Facility in Gainesville for a heart condition. And so the staff and the nurses at the hospital allowed the guy to go untreated. As an ambulance crew brought him in, and they were bickering back and forth about his eligibility to be treated. And as they tried to determine if he was a veteran or not, the ambulance crew said, heck this, we're wasting time. So they took him to the UF Medical Health Center at Shands Hospital, where he received care but later died. Now, the veteran, again, he was treated for a heart condition earlier that year at that facility. And nobody has been fired over this, but it seems from what I've found, it seems that the veteran facilities are now leaning towards how they cannot provide you care, and reciting procedures and policies rather than trying to figure out how they can give you care. And I've seen that transition from 2018, 2019, when I had my amputation of my leg, where they were helpful, trying to figure out how they, what services they can give me and all that. And to whereas now, my situation is, I went to, I've been going to the doctor. I've been fighting this thumb for about 6 months now, 7 months. I think it started at the end of November, and it's now June. I was having video appointments with my doctor in Battle Creek, my primary care, and we're talking about what we can do, what steps to take, and then I went to try to get my visa, a temporary residency, when I was in Miami, and that didn't go through. And I thought, you know what? I'm here in Miami. I got to go, so I renewed my visa. So let me go to the VA in Miami to see what they can do for me, because it was already I've been dealing with this pain. It's pain all the time. And, I just do things, whatever I can to relieve it. And so I went to the Miami VA. They checked me into the emergency care. Had to fill out forms about eligibility. I said, well, I'm already in the system, but I guess it's Miami. They have to see what your financial situation is first. So, okay, here's my, I'm on Social Security, and I'm eligible. So they figure all the paperwork out, and then they called me and put me into this exam room where this triage nurse examined my thumb and said, oh, wow, okay, well, we'll have to get the doctor in to check you out. So, okay, I thought that's what I was waiting for, was the doctor. They said they're very busy, and they would see me as soon as they could. And I said, well, this room in here, it's freezing, and it's got the air conditioning on, and I don't have any veins, so my hands are cold. Is there any way you can adjust temperature or not? And they said, no, they couldn't. I said, okay, well, I'm just going to wait right outside then, where the care is at, and I told all the staff, I said, I'm sitting right outside, so when the doctor's ready, let me know, and I will come back in. It was only like 40 feet, 50 feet from the door, the entrance. I was just sitting outside waiting. And I'd pop back in every now and then. They called me? Nope, haven't called me. And went back outside. And went back in after, must have been about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And I said, hey, have they, called me yet? And can you see where I'm at to be seen? And they looked at the charts and they said, no, you said you refused service and you were leaving, so we removed you. And I said, no, I didn't leave. I told you guys I was sitting right outside. And why didn't you call me? So that didn't work out. Flew back here to Merida, and then I called up my doctor and said, hey, I need to see about getting this set up. Can I go to Battle Creek? It's going to be a longer flights and layovers, almost like 27 hours of flying, just to get to Merida or to get to Battle Creek. And they said, sure, we'll accept you, and then we'll send you directly over to the emergency room and get it taken care of. And we'll bill it you and all that. So, okay, so I showed up to Battle Creek, went to the urgent care. Doctor gave me some antibiotics and said, yeah, go ahead and go on your way. This is Friday. We don't have anybody here to bill it you, so you can try to come back on Monday. Or if you want, you can just go to an emergency room somewhere and see if they can help you. I thought, what? I thought I had this all set up, and my primary doctor was there, in fact. And I said, hey, this is what's going on. And he said, well, nothing I can do. Yeah, just come back next week. And I said, you got to be kidding me. So I just said, the heck with that. In the meantime, he sent a referral to Ann Arbor. So that'll take about a week, and you can go to Ann Arbor. I said, okay. I can't. I had no place to, pretty much. I was already there for a few days, and I had to get back. So I left, went back to Merida, got a call from Ann Arbor. They looked over the paperwork, said, yeah, they get the referral from my doctor to have as they call it, cosmetic surgery. And they were going to go ahead and schedule the operation and bill it in. They were going to, because they had to do some blood tests first, and they're going to set me up, do the operation, and rehab. They called me back the next day and said they had a water line break in the OR, the operating room, and they were no longer scheduling appointments. And they were going to see what they could do about maybe getting me to Miami or Houston, and they would give me a call back the next day. So they called back the next day, And I said, okay, so what's going on? Is the operating room still shut down? What's going on? And she then said, yes, it is shut down because of COVID. And I said, wait a minute, I thought you said it was a water line break. And she said, oh, well, that too. I said, okay. So they said they were going to transfer it to Houston, and that I had to do it. I had to call my primary care doctor, tell them to transfer it to Houston. And I called my primary care doctor, left a message saying, okay, the transfer request has to be sent to Houston because Ann Arbor can't do it. Waited, that was like a Thursday, waited till Tuesday of the next week, Wednesday, and I called that coordinator, and this might be Houston. Let's see what's going on. Hello?
Hello, good morning. This is the Criticality Medical Center. My name is Alma. May I please speak to the veteran, Mr. James Patrick Benner?
Yes, this is James.
Good morning, Mr. Benner. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Yes, sir. Can you just talk?
Okay. So this person you could see, I could barely understand her. She could barely speak English. It seems that, okay, that was the coordinator. Okay, so where I was at, they were going to send me to Houston. Because Ann Arbor's operating room was closed. So I get a call back Wednesday of the next week when I told my nurse to send that information to Houston. She said she didn't know how to do that. And I said, okay, why are you calling me to tell me you don't know how to work your programs? I don't know what to do. You sent the request once already to Ann Arbor and it was okay. Just now send that request and referral to Houston. And said, well, it won't accept it because you have a Battle Creek address. And I said, well, put my Mexico address in there. Leave my mailing address as Battle Creek and my physical is Mexico. So she did that. And yesterday, it was on the 1st, I called Houston to set up the primary care. And they gave me an appointment for the 13th of June with this doctor in Houston. And I said, okay, that's quite a ways, a couple weeks away. Can we make it into a video conference call? And they said, well, you have to call the telecare nurse to get it switched over to a video call. And so I called the telecare. They called me back, and it was just all morning yesterday, pretty much all day. And they finally, after calling different places, got a hold of the primary care team that my doctor's in. I said, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to have it changed to a teleconference call. And she's typing messages to the doctor. And the doctor responded, and she relayed it to me, said, he says, per policy, you cannot set up primary care with a doctor on a video call. You have to do it in person for the first time. And I said, well, I'm not, I've already been set up. I've already been seen by a doctor. This is not a new patient thing. I'm just going to Houston to get an operation done. And I said, can you explain to him? It's just, I'm not trying to set up primary care. I'm just getting my stuff transferred there to, hey, I'm coordinating. I'm coming in. What day you want me to come in to start all the procedures, testings, and then have the operation and that. And she typed something in, I don't know what, and she said, okay, the doctor's said, yes, per veteran VA policy, we can't see a person for primary care on video conference. And I said, okay, you're not understanding. Can I speak to the doctor personally so I can explain this situation? I said, no. I said, Well, so you're refusing me service, and said, well, we can't see you without you being in person. So I just got a call now. So I called up the travel coordinator in Ann Arbor, and they said, go on to the crisis online system and do a chat with the suicide prevention people. And I said, suicide prevention? Okay. So I called up the SPC is what it's called. And her person's name was, I can't even remember what her name was. It wasn't the one they referred me to, but they said they would submit this information, and I would get a call, 2 different calls, one from the supervisor of the team and one from the SPC in Houston. So that was the SPC in Houston person. She was just dictating, yeah, they said they can't see you because you're requesting primary care and they need to be in person for the first visit. And I said, I'm not trying to set up primary care. I'm trying to just have a surgery done. I've already I had a primary care position in Battle Creek. It's just a referral to have a surgery done in your facility because they don't have the facility there. And it's just, I can't believe that they don't understand. I've tried to explain it multiple times to them instead of, so it seems that the VA is back to their old habits of, this is why we can't serve you or we can't give you service, and not try to figure out how they can. So it continues. I should be getting another call from somebody from somewhere. Who knows? And so yeah, that coordinator finally. It seems that the nurse in Battle Creek submitted the request to you getting a primary care here. And I said, so what you're saying is she filled out the request incorrectly. So why don't you call her and tell her that? So I'm just informing you. I said, well, no, you're not. You're just dictating why they can't see me because of primary care. But so we shall see what's going on. I don't know why they don't understand. It's frustrating. It's freaking frustrating. So, yeah, VA does not get any good grades today. And yeah, with refusing service on that one guy that was having a heart attack. Man. Jeez. Welcome to the VA. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all your support and all your comments. And if you would like, buy me a taco. Have a great day.